Okay, we start in 3, 2, 1. No one. No one. Because here is my script. Okay. Hello, Dennis.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you to be here. Well, to invite me to the offices of the Pro League. It's a pleasure.
No problem.
I would like to start making a bit review about this year's in as a sports director in the Pro League. As we can see in the league, the process, in the league and the masculine and feminine league, they are growing. And if you can tell us which were the clues of this development.
Yeah, I think for the men's league or the two leagues, because we have two professional leagues, the first league and the second league. They are very different, of course. In the first league, there was a lot of discussion about the format. At the end, we changed the format. Now, the discussion is, will it be the right format in the future? I don't know. We will see. I think we had a good format. And that format, prepared our teams really well to European football. And you see it also last season. We had a really good season in Europe. Our coefficient was really going up. And it's partly the way we do our that we play our format system. So yeah, we will see in the future what it will bring, and also and that's why I also mentioned the second league, because the development of young players is also very important in that part, and we are a developing country for young Belgian players and also for young players from abroad that come in and that give some extra. We can give them some extra by the strong competition. I think we have a really strong competition. And then most of the time they are ready to go up to the highest five top competitions in Europe. And yeah, we see that players that are going to those competitions are more and more worth also for those clubs. So yeah, it's important that the value of the players is increasing. So yeah, I think those are the most important things right now in the league for the men's part. For the women's part, yeah, we organize a license system. So yeah, the thing is that we went down to 8 clubs from 10 to 8, because yeah, it's more difficult. But sometimes I think you need to decrease a little bit to increase to get forward in the future. So what we see over there is that we have really a few, I think 4 or 5 strong teams, and the other ones are struggling but are trying to get a level also. But if we look already to the first results this year in Europe, then we have 2 teams in women's teams in Europe, and one of them is even with the last 16 in the Champions League. So yeah, I think the level is going forward in the competition also. For that, we have a really strong collaboration with the federation here, and we work around topics. We have a project that we call a Calcia project. It's with fundings from UEFA, and we try to bring extra knowledge and experience into the women's league by that. Yeah.
Going to the aspect of now with the academic players, we see that the goal generation is ending in the probably this is the last World Cup for Romelu Lukaku, Kevin De Bruyne, and well, 20 no, but a few more guys. What do you think the new generation has to think to wear a Belgium t-shirt and represent their country?
Yeah, I think of course it's difficult to always be measured by that golden generation, because it was a really top generation, and you don't get every time the same level of players. So that's the case. Together, for a small country like Belgium, we will always have good players, but it's rare that we have at the same time so many good players together. So that was the reason why we had the gold generation. And indeed, I think it will be the last time for some players. But to be honest, when I look at the young players that are coming up, they struggled a little bit in the beginning with the name of their generation before, the golden generation. We have to look up to them, and it's difficult. But in the end, we have really good players coming on, and I believe we will also make results with them. But maybe we will have to adapt a little bit our style of playing, because it's a little bit, we can't be every time the team that will be dominant and says, okay, here is the Belgian team. And probably when we are there, we have a lot of chance to win the game. So that's different. We will always have a lot of chance to win the game if we have the right mindset, because I believe that we still are bringing a lot of talent into the national team.
Yeah. Well, better to wait to more questions about the World Cup to December, that we know the group states, and we were more close to that event. I'm going to go in another route. I want to ask about. We were talking about the coefficient that the Belgian team grows in the coefficient during these years in Europe. They are making good journeys, like for example Union Saint-Gilloise, that 5 years ago was in second division, and now, well, and yesterday we're playing Champions League, the second Champions League match. And I want to just, do you think it's more close that final European final for any club to the last final was Amberes against Parma in the 92, 93, and since that no Belgian team achieved a final. Do you think
that's correct? And the last cup winner was the team where I worked for many years, was KV Mechelen. So it was in 87. That's already a long time. But to be honest, I think being in the final of a European Cup for a Belgian team is really difficult. Only maybe the Conference League, but then we should have one of our really top teams. When they would have a bad season in the domestic competition, it would be possible that they play a long time in the Conference League. I think Champions League, that's out of the case. At the end, the top teams are there, and playing a final is okay. You can dream about it, but I think it's not possible. And the Europa League, maybe you can have a dream about it, and maybe it's more realistic. But I think the most realistic cup to be in a final in is the Conference League for a Belgian team in the future.
Probably, I think during this coming season will be one of the Belgian teams in a final, because they're getting more and more attraction in the league. More players from outside, well, normally came to this country to develop, because it's like a jump for the top 5 leagues. I don't like to say top 5 leagues, because every single league has their own competition, their
That's
own
true. Yeah.
rivalry team. For me, also would be difficult to say that, with all the respect, League One is a top 5 league, because there is an economic monster that get all the attractions.
That's true. Yeah.
And I want to know if the new investors that are coming to the league could help to achieve that, like that multi-club ownerships that they are making. You think
Yeah, I think there are different models in multi-club ownerships. At first, I want to say that I believe that it's a good thing that our biggest clubs are still in Belgian hands. So if you look at Genk, if you look at Club Brugge, there are still those are still Belgian teams. But of course, you see that the other way around also works. If you look at Union, it works. But then we are looking at a really well thought strategy in a multi-club ownership system. If you go if you are a part of a multi-club ownership and you are just a small piece of the pie, and they don't give a lot of about you, then it's really difficult, I think. So it depends on the way the model is built in the multi-club ownership system.
I'm with you in the case that the big clubs is better to be in the hands of the in this case Belgium teams, in Belgium hands. In, for example, in the case in Spain, there's no very normal, for example, the also like the multi-club ownerships, but it's coming. That there is a case that is Girona, and as you say and you describe perfectly, you are they're just a piece of all the dessert, a part of all the dessert. And I don't know if the league and the federation tries to regularize this these businesses coming in the.
Yeah, we have regulations, of course. We at first everyone who wants to buy one of our clubs have to follow rules and have to follow a process where our license manager is controlling those investors. And of course, it always can be better. But we learned out of the things that happened in the past, and we tried to build a system where it's never tight, it's never waterproof, but at the end you have to build a system where you can lean on and depend on that when an investor comes in, that he will bring in the investment he promised or she promised, and that's important, and that that it's legitimate. I think that's also very important.
About your your moment in the pro league, unfortunately, as we know, since the 23rd of September is coming to an end. What do you learn during these years here in the pro league?
It were those 3 years I've worked here, where it was a really a roller coaster, because there are so many things that are coming, that are involved in the job you have to do over here. Because you have men's football with all its particular problems and issues about refereeing, about calendar, about licensing, about a lot of stuff. And you have the elite youth pathway that had to be develop better here, and we already have really good academies, but I think we lay down a basis now for even better academies in the future. And then, of course, we had to bring in women's football into the first league, professional women's football league. So that was tricky also and difficult, because people are habit animals, and when they have some habits, they don't want to change. And I think what we did is change things, not to change them, but because of they were needed to be changed, and the clubs also worked in this process together. And that's the most important thing I take out of these 3 years, is that if you bring clubs and people together, you can achieve a lot of things. If everybody stays working on his islands, they are shouting to each other, and nothing happens at the end. Okay. So that's something I think I really did well. Also with the other football families, but because we are professional football, but you have in Belgium 2 amateur wings, a Flemish-speaking part and a French-speaking part, and you have the federation. All this, it's a really difficult world, and bringing all those people together around sports topics, for me, that was a really interesting thing to do. And I learned a lot about how handling people, but also about the way people are looking at football. In a financial way, in a sports way, in a humanly way. It's sometimes really different. So it was a really interesting journey, those 3 years.
Well, probably we will see you soon in another place, but
I hope so.
yeah. About new, you comment about new systems in football, since we are going to take now 10 years. Well, we are close to that 10 years. VAR is implemented. I want to ask you, I don't know if you know about the new rule that they are making in the under 20 World Cup during this month, about the green card.
Okay.
If you have any opinion about it, or
of course, it's with all the new things that come into football. It's with the VAR, it's with the green card, it's with the rule about the 5 seconds. It's about every rule. If you implement a new rule, I think there's a reason for it, because something doesn't work, or you want to bring more action into the play, or you want to let the play be more honest, those things. But in the end, I think it's a good thing you have tryouts, like in the under 20 competition, to see if it works. Because if you only think about certain rules with a bunch of people in a room, and you don't bring it into real football, and with people who are working daily into this real football world, then you should make a huge mistake, I think. So for me, every new thing that comes into football, if it's a green card, or is it a VR, or is it what else it is, but I think it has to be proven that it's a plus, an extra for football, to make the game more relevant, to make the game more exciting, to to speed up the game. But if it's only because of it has to be like that, then we don't have to do it. No. And changement is okay, but too much changement, I think it's not okay.
It's like life, no? When you experience one change is perfect, but changing a lot in a same period or in a short period can affect and can destroy what you are trying
that's
to
true.
do.
That's true.
Well, I don't want to take more time. It was a pleasure to have this this interview. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and probably I will see you soon.
Okay, and good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah.